Okay, so I was reading this article, right? Apparently, it only takes a man 172 days to realize if a woman is marriage material from the first day that he meets her. 172 days. They said only 172 days. Like that's a short amount of time. That's over like 3 months, 3 months and 2 weeks or something like that. I'll do you one better than that. A real man, most men know if a woman is marriage material within the first couple of hours of meeting her. I'll even say maybe, I'll give maybe a week. Most men I can tell within a week if a woman is marriage material. Just let me be around her. Hell, give me 3 or 4 days. I can show you better than I can tell you if she's marriage material. 172, they say only 107. Like that's a short amount of time. That's a long amount of if you passed a month, a man knows if this woman is on a level of a marriage material within a month. I'm talking about even if you slow, I would say within a month. If you quick on your toes and know how to watch women, I would even say if you got female influences in your family, like say for instance you grew up with a bunch of sisters and aunties and stuff, you probably can detect within shit 2 or 3 days if she's marriage material or not. Especially if your dad is around. If your dad is in your life and you grew up around your father and you got women in your family and you got your dad around, you will know right off rip if a woman's marriage material or not. It won't be no military secret. You will know off rip if she's marriage material. Shit, I can even do you one better. I can look at a woman off rip and tell you if she's marriage material or not. I can look at a woman off rip and I could tell if she's marriage material. But I actually got food though. It's some women out here that will fool your ass. I remember meeting this one girl. Some years back, and I was really feeling this chick, man. We went out a couple times, and I was feeling this chick. I was like, this chick's like the type of chick I would settle down with. Like I want this chick to be like my girlfriend. And I got to hang around with this chick, and unfortunately, she was like, "You're not really my type." I'm like, "Oh, damn." So I was kind of heartbroken. I was like, "Oh man," like I was really kind of heartbroken. But then I started kind of hanging around her a little bit, kind of like she already told me she wouldn't feel me like that. But I got to talking to her a couple days after that, and she really came out the bag on me. I was like, "Whoa!" I really dodged the bullet because I was about to catch feelings for this girl. I'm telling you, if you talk to a woman, like I'm saying, it don't take no 172 days. All it takes is conversation. You take the time out and talk to a woman, she gonna tell you everything you need to know about her. Vice versa for men too. Long conversations are important because eventually you're gonna show your hand. Even if you're trying to hide it, you're gonna eventually talk your hand out, and you're gonna know everything you need to know. But anyway, a couple days after, she kind of said that I wasn't her type. I started talking to her a little bit more on the phone. I don't know why I should have moved on, but I kept talking to her. And as I talked to her more, she was like, any man that become my boyfriend, he gonna pay for everything. I'm gonna keep my money. I ain't helping. I want a man, so you got to handle everything. And she just was. I mean, stuff she was saying she wasn't saying before, and I was like, oh, like she fooled me, because when I first met her, she was so sweet and kind, and just the way she looked, she carried herself like a girlfriend type, well, or like a wifey type. So I was like, oh, this is the one. But after talking to her, after she said I wasn't on her level, or she didn't feel me like that, I was like, thank you, God, because I dodged the bullet with that one. Because she definitely did not look like she would come out the bag like that. And I was like, whoa, like that was scary, because a dude definitely would have married her. But she had another side that I seen later on, and it only took a couple of days after I started kind of feeling her. After we went out a couple of times, I was like, "Oh yeah, this chick. Oh man, I dodged a bullet, man. I would have catched hell with this girl if I'd made her my girlfriend." So I was really happy that I dodged that bullet, man. Sometimes you can't tell. Sometimes it'll take maybe a longer time before you know if this woman's girlfriend or marriage material. But I definitely was falling for this chick, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this the one. This the one right here." But after I was like, sometimes you know what they say, one's rejections is God's protection. That's real shit. God be saving you from a woman that's gonna drive you crazy, have you in the hospital, stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a woman rejects you. I've had that happen to me where a woman rejected me. I'm like, and I felt like, oh damn, like I was really feeling this chick, man, and she kicked me to the curb. Then I turned around later on and then, caught up with her, and this chick dragging this dude through the mud. I was like, that would have been me. Hell, if I would have got this, bro, I'm all heartbroken. Shit, God was looking out for a brother. Shit. I was like, thank you, God, because that would have been my ass. Had I failed for her, had I would have failed for her, that would have been me. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, most women, I would say most women, if you've been around with a bunch of women, you've been around a bunch of women in your life, dating and just being around women, you can tell off rip the ones that are marriage material consideration, or the ones like she just gonna be something to play with, or some you just be like, you know what, I'm gonna stay fuck away from her, because she gonna have my ass in some shit. I've had that a couple times. Like, I need to start messing with this chick for my ass be in jail, or she put me in jail. And you come across them type of women, you gotta run. You got to run. Anyway, y'all think that this study is point on, or y'all think it's some bullshit? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Talk to y'all later. You can't even get high at the beach no more without somebody bothering you. Damn. All right. Everybody's talking about the hit movie Sinners. It's been blowing away box offices for the past 3 weeks that it's been out, and everybody's been talking about this movie, man. I actually turned around and seen the movie twice. I've seen it twice. The movie is so good, really good movie, really good. Although I had a friend that said it was okay, which made, you know what, I'm gonna be saying, it was a good movie. It wasn't great, but a friend pointed out one thing at the end, but I don't want to say what the ending is. That was kind of cheesy, and when she pointed it out, it went from the movie being kind of amazing to then it came down to good, but it's still worth the money to go see it. I do missed out that I feel like I didn't see the movie on IMAX, because Ryan Coogler, the director of Sinners, said that the best way to watch it is on IMAX because of the way he shot it. He spent all this money for it to be shot on a big format, and I feel like I missed that chance. I don't know. But when I'm hearing they're supposed to keep the Sinners movie in the theaters until the 21st, so I may go check it out. Maybe a matinee. I don't know whether they have IMAX matinee. I mean, hell, I done gave these motherfuckers uh, some money twice. So I mean, come on. But I was thinking to myself, right, and other people have been thinking, the Wayans brothers are doing Scary Movie 6. And if you don't know the Wayans brothers' work, they got the Scary Movie franchise. I think they did up to the first and the second one was the Wayans brothers. And again, somehow the studio kicked them off their intellectual property and kept it for themselves and came out with, I think they came out with 3, 4, and 5, which were all flops. Soon as the Wayans brothers got taken out of the recipe, it pretty much flopped. But now I guess the studios have seen the light and saw that y'all can't produce that Wayans brothers flavor, man, because the third, fourth, and the fifth one flop. So they coming out. So they really went ahead and got the Wayans brothers back. You know what I'm saying? We're sorry. We didn't mean it. Can y'all come back and do another one for us? We messed up. We thought we could do it better than you. So they signed on Keenan, Sean, and Marlon to produce another scary movie, man. Looking forward. From what I'm hearing out here in LA, that they're in the beginning stages, or they might be probably halfway done with the script by now, but they're working on writing the script, Sean, Marlon, and Keenan. So I was just thinking to myself, since this big hit with Sinners, which that Scary Movie does a lot of parade of movies of the time. Like that was the whole thing with Scary Movie, is they were poking fun at the Scream franchise back in the late 90s, early 2000s is when the Scream thing was a big deal. Like the whole slasher movie genre had kind of came back for like a rebirth at that time in the late 90s. You had Faculty, you had Scream, you had I Know What You Did Last Summer 1 and 2. So when the Wayans brothers came out with the Scary Movie, they picked at all those movies of the time. So I was just sitting thinking, they got to do Sinners, man. It's an all black, never been done hit black horror movie film. The Wayans brothers. They may have to go back to the drawing board if they had already written out what they was going to do. They're going to have to go back and rewrite the script because of this. I mean, come on, the movie is a big success, Sinners. They have to, go in and say something, what I'm saying, about Sinners. They may make the whole story surrounding Sinners. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with. From what I'm hearing, they said that the Scary Movie 6 movie is not scheduled to come out until spring of 2026. So we got a ways to go before we can see it, at least a year. But also, I was thinking, what other movies, horror movies, do you think the Wayans brothers may poke fun at in the Scary Movie 6 film? Definitely Sinners, right? What else? You got let me see, you got Sinners, you got Megan, which they're coming out with a Megan 2. You know, that robot that goes berserk and starts she's actually like a robot doll, and she went berserk and started like taking people out and stuff. So you know they're gonna do one about Megan, because that was a successful horror film. And they're coming out with part 2 this summer, which will give the Wayans brothers even more meat to play with if they haven't already started prepping for pre-production. I'm pretty sure they're gonna poke fun at I was gonna say Annabelle, but I think that Marlon already poked fun at Annabelle in his Haunted House franchise. You know, Marlon has this separate thing that he does, Haunted House. So I doubt they do anything with that, Annabelle. I mean, they can't really go back and pick at uh Scream again. The Scream is kind of old, and you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see what the Wayans brothers come up with, man. Will you be watching? Will y'all go to the theaters and see the Scream 6 when it comes out next year? I know I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be. I feel pretty good, man. Sinners made me realize, man, the movies, there's some good movies starting to come out now. I think what it was, there wasn't nothing that made people want to run to the theaters. And I think Sinners kind of sparked this new wave theater rush. Like, let's go back to the theaters and watch a movie in the theaters. Get some popcorn. You know what I'm saying? Leave the house. People got so used to staying in the house since the pandemic that but it wasn't really nothing out that made people want to really go to the theater. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, and then it's in the theaters like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, and then it's on stream. So it wasn't really anything that made people want to rush out and spend money like that. And the movies are more expensive, and the concessions are more expensive, the popcorn and shit. So you really have to have something out. People like, oh man, I gotta see. I can't wait for it to come on the stream. Let me go. You know what I'm saying? And I think Sinners sparked that. You know, you got Sinners. People are looking forward to the Megan movie coming out. You know, the sequel to the first one, which was really good. And hopefully this sparks something in these studios where they decide to take a chance on something new, something different. A lot of times these studios would rather reboot something from back in the day that was already done than to actually, you know, put something, you know what I'm saying, make something else, make something happen. You know what I mean? Like Marvel, they'll put money behind that, but they're not really, interested in, um, doing anything new. And Sinners kind of, being that was a new movie, a new intellectual property, that kind of maybe make these studios a little bit more edgier and want to take a chance on some new stuff. I don't know, man. What y'all think? Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel.